as long as the grass grows, or as long as the stream flows, and the sun shines down onto us. Only they who walks the clouds knows for how long the wind blows, and the sky is blue above us.
Good morning, everyone. Today it's Saturday, March 17th, 2018. I'm Henry Wildberry, and today we are going to be doing the Super Sweetwater Grasshopper. Ooh, it's recording. Hey.
Hey, what's up? Race day.
There's nothing in there because it's in my hand.
Oh, okay. So you
So
open.
you thought it was here, huh?
Yeah. So you open and put it in.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sunny. You went beyond GoPro. I'm like, it doesn't look like there's camera in there.
That's hilarious.
My favorite.
So you got 25s on here too?
28.
28.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I tried to do 28. So what's your prediction for the day, Sally?
It's a whole mighty smackdown. That's my prediction. Hopefully we don't get any floods. That's my worries, because it tends to make the ride a lot more longer. I hope so.
You got the right bike, so I think you're set.
Through that. And then when you come out for this ride, drop is always a greater possibility.
This ride is quite difficult, to say the least. I think it is one of the more difficult ones. Actually, they're all pretty difficult. We're going to try and get a little more footage this time. Last time I was lacking on the camera abilities, so this time we're going to try to get a little bit more footage. They're ranked and they are timed events, so that puts some pressure on everyone to perform well. But at the end of the day, the spirit of these rides is adventure. Yeah. We're back. This video is going to be a wrap-up of the race itself. I'm going to give you a little breakdown of how the day went. To start off, the ride begins in Occidental, California, and what's interesting about this course is that even though the ride started in Occidental, the actual official start was, I think it was 13 miles to the staging area. So we met in Occidental. I ran into a friend of mine who I have done a lot of cycling with over the years. His name is Sally Fu, and also Aaron, who I am planning to post a video of later this week or possibly next week, who's a fixed gear cyclist. He was also there. Anyhow, we kind of gathered up our stuff and we made our way over to the staging area.
What up, man?
How you doing?
Let's rock and roll.
All right.
If you could please come this way, give us some room. If you're in the second wave, you can just chill off to the side too. Again, we'll have the 3 minutes in between.
Who's enforcing that?
We're gonna go on 3, 2, 1, ciao. Again, this is the first wave. Hey, English. Hey. Please do not cheat. Do not fast go. Lining up right now, we have the next wave. Holy smokes. This is the new wave. This is 40 plus right now. No. All together. This is 40 plus, 50 plus, 60 plus, 70 plus, 80 plus, 90 plus.
Like I said, the staging area was about 13 miles away. It is over on East Side Road. So over there, the group was split into two different groups, two different start time. They spaced out the start time about 3 minutes or so, and that kind of gave the that sort of made sure that the amount of cyclists on the road at any given time were less. So the ride took off. Once the first group left, I got in line with my group and we headed out. And we took off. We went up East Side Road, and then we made our way to West Side Road, and then we got onto our first climb of the day, which is Sweetwater Springs Road. This is a very steep climb. It starts off not so bad, but as you get towards the end, it sort of starts off with rolling terrain and then it becomes really steep at the end. My plan for the day was to sort of preserve myself. I wanted to save something for the end of the ride. The last hopper I did was the Old Kaz. I had nothing left at the very end, and I didn't want to get to that spot today. This ride had over 9,000 feet of climbing. I've posted it up on Strava if you're interested, so you can kind of get an idea of what the terrain was like. But I wanted to have something left over for the final climb this time, so I basically just rode the first climb my comfortable pace. Once we got to the top of Sweetwater, my camera that I mounted to my bike, my handlebar mount, I put it in this case and I used my Joby flexible tripod and I mounted it here. But I wasn't able to get the camera started again for some reason. And the only explanation I can have is that maybe this was pushed down. I used a 25mm tire on the front and a 28mm tire in the back. And I did that so I'd have a little bit more clearance around the brakes, just knowing that there was going to be a lot of mud and a lot of leaves and stuff getting stuck in there. So that was a precautionary measure, but it didn't matter. It still got all caked full of mud and leaves and everything. Okay guys, so it just turns out that I just found the results for the Old Kaz hopper, so I want to go through these with you. I'm on racesplitter.com and we have the 2018 Old Kaz hopper here. Notice there are two categories, and that's because there were actually two race course options. There was a no dirt option, which excluded the Old Cazadero Road climb and descent. The Old Kaz version was 8 miles shorter, but had, 2,000 feet more climbing. They're ranking each ride separately, but then they're also going to have an overall, so for how you do for the whole series. I'm doing these videos as my race report, so that next year I can refer back to this video and say, okay, what did I do then and what can I prove on this time? So it's my video race report, we'll call it that. All right, so let's look at Old Kaz. The overall results are up. There were 234 participants in the Super Sweetwater Old Kaz. Let's go look at the no dirt. There were 96 participants. They broke us up into two groups, so they started one group 3 minutes ahead. I don't think that 3 minutes is accounted for here, so this is just the overall from the start. But anyway, let's go through the results, because there's just a lot of interesting things here to look at. First of all, Ted King, second place. Good job, Ted. You still did it in 3 hours and 28 minutes, which to me, I just don't understand how anyone can ride a bike that fast. But that's the pro level. And congratulations, Ted, for second. Sandy Florin, I don't know who you are, but damn, that is amazing. Good job. 3 hours, 28 minutes, 35.4 seconds for the overall win. Dude, to be able to beat Ted King, you must be somebody very, 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 very fast. I don't know. I'll have to look you up on Google one of these days here. Craig Fellers got third overall with a 3 hour, 29 minute time. All amazing, all super fast. And of course, let's go through the list here. You can see, I mean, a lot of these guys are well-known names. I see them a lot. Now, what's very, very interesting, Javi, good job. Always perform, damn, 3 hours and 46 minutes? That's blistering fast. Jeez, good job, Javi. And if I'm not saying your name, it's not that I'm not thoroughly impressed. I'm just, I can't say everyone's name. I mean, these are amazing. I just know some of these people more personally. So anyway, Amity Greg, I mentioned her in the last race report. She's the girl I was following who drugged me all the way back to this finish line from Cazadero on the old Grasshopper. All right, what do you guys want to know how bad I did? Well, let's see. So I was pretty accurate with my estimate. 4 hours, 43 minutes, 27 seconds. I think that 3 minutes was waiting for the getting in the second group. So I get to say for myself anyway, I did it in 4 hours and 40 minutes. I wish I coulda done better, but continuing through the list, Sally Fu, 4:49. Good job, man. It was fun riding with you, Sally. I don't think you're watching this, but dude, thanks for riding with me. I always enjoy it. You know, that's what makes this fun. That's why, you know, riding with people like you make it less about racing and more about adventure. So thank you. Let's look at the women. Overall, you have Amity Gregg, 3 hours, 48 minutes. Allison Tetrick and Katarina Nash for the top 3 places. Then you had Kristen Vetterlein. Pardon me if I if I said that incorrectly. I'm going to look at my age group because that's where it's going to matter for me next time. For the overall, I am 20th place here, 4 hours, 43 minutes. Okay, let's go to the all pave. Overall, Chris Lyman, I've seen that name many times. Kevin Metcalf, I think they misspelled it here. Tom Lyons. Okay, that's the first, second, and third for men overall. And that sums up the top 10 overall. Quite a few of those are in my age group. So my age group's pretty fast still. Yeah, definitely not slowing down at all. And also notice that the second place is 50 plus. So there you go, guys. If that's any motivation for you, don't give up on cycling. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can go fast your whole life. All right, now let's look at women for the overall on the all pave. So women overall, Lauren Hamann, Jennifer Schwarz, Natalie, I believe, Teshoban. Don't get mad at me if I mispronounce your names. I'm really sorry. But check it out. 4 hours and 15 minutes. And that wraps up my overall review of the results. So next year, come on out and do this ride. I think it's something special. I mean, where else can you get grouped in with some of the best cyclists in the country and be able to race with them? You know, when they're not just riding a training ride, they're actually going for it. So that's your opportunity. You get to ride on some of the most beautiful roads. The routes are chosen specifically to keep everyone off the main roads and also to challenge you, but also to take you on roads you may not normally ride. So you might be the type of person who only rides on paved roads all the time. Well, this is a chance to see what happens when you're on your road bike and you take it off-road, you know, so I think it's fun. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys for the next video that'll be coming up, and I'm gonna do a whole lot better next time getting footage on these rides. It's, you know, one thing to prepare for the ride itself, but then to add into it the videotaping part, you know. So for me, it's just like bike riding. You train and you get a little bit better. So for me, you know, videotaping is marginal gains. So each one I do, I get just a hair better, and that's fine as long as you guys like watching this stuff. And so don't sweat the small things. I'll see you out there on the road hopefully soon. Have a nice day. Cheers.